What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Now it's the first Saturday night's main event of the year with plenty of big bouts, including a blockbuster fatal 4-way to determine the #1 contender to Drew McIntyre's WWE Undisputed Championship. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the 24th January edition of Saturday night's main event and look at the real reason behind the #1 contender's win. WWE 2K26 will have a Monday Night War edition, a big botch on Saturday night's main event, bad weather caused WWE problems tonight, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, first match looks at Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. Now, it's a Pier 6 brawl as Fatu attacks Cody before the bell, laying into the American Nightmare. Security officials rush down to the ring as Fatu won't let the match officially start, but they're nothing but human crash test dummies. Cody then recovers, and it's on as the two superstars battle in and out of the ring while the match hasn't even officially started. And this is all while taking out security, who tried to restore some order. Now the match never begins officially, and ends in complete chaos as WWE Undisputed Champion Drew McIntyre takes out Fatu and Rhodes, leaving both men laying. The result? A no contest. Next up is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match as champions Io Sky and Rhea Ripley take on the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Now, the unlikely team of Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan cut off Io from Rhea for much of the match, but Sky finally made the hot tag with Rhea Ripley cleaning house. But just when the champions have had the match at hand, Raquel Rodriguez drags Ripley out of the ring, leading to a referee bump, and quite a unique one to say the very least. The heels beat down the champs, but Women's World Champion Stephanie McMahon runs down to the ring without a walking boot, manages to neutralize Rodriguez and allow the champions to regroup as Rhea Ripley pins Liv after hitting the Riptide. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley manage to retain the Women's WWE Tag Team Championships. Next up, it's AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That's the 10-year anniversary sequel to the phenomenal one and the King of Strong Styles historic match at Wrestle Kingdom 10. With both men fighting with the same intensity as they had at New Japan Pro Wrestling's 2016 Super Show. Both wrestlers have battled each other so many times that they know how to counter and reverse each other's holds, which makes this a battle of attrition. Ultimately, AJ found his opening, hitting the Styles Clash on Nakamura for the 1-2-3. Both superstars are spent, but they manage to share a fist bump as they acknowledge the tremendous respect they have for each other in the ring. And finally, it's time for the main event, as it's a fatal 4-way match as the winner becomes the #1 contender for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Randy Orton takes on Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and Sami Zayn. Now the intensity for this bout is surreal as two former world champions fight for another chance at gold, while Sami Zayn looks for the title shot that might earn him redemption. However, Trick Williams is more than a wild card and he shows his opponents why he's considered a future main eventer. Like any fatal 4-way match, this one has numerous near falls as all four men do their best to cover an opponent or break up a pin. And in the end, Damian Priest takes out Sami Zayn with the Razor's Edge, then floors Trick. With Orton out on the floor, it's Priest's turn to win, but Sami shows resolve and lands a haluva kick, covering Damian before Orton can break up the pin. As Sami Zayn is now the new #1 contender for the Undisputed Championship and will face Drew McIntyre in Saudi Arabia. Now, Sami celebrates his big win, only for Drew McIntyre to run in. However, Sami's ready, and he throws McIntyre out of the ring, making another statement as he heads into Saudi Arabia to battle McIntyre for the championship. Saturday night's main event is now in the books. But now let's look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as #1, a sensational start. And tonight's much anticipated first match between Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu never started, but in hindsight, this was actually the best way to start the series as fans witnessed a brutal brawl, and probably one of the best pull-apart fights fans have seen in months. Now, we already predicted that this match was going to go to a no contest, and there was zero need for WWE to book a conclusive match. The match did what TV matches have traditionally done, whet the fans' appetite for a PLE showdown. They had some brawling and managed to protect each wrestler in the match. Number 2, the shape of things to come. The Cody vs Jacob free-for-all did a lot of heavy lifting for getting fans ready for the road to WrestleMania, and the WWE Universe has already pointed to Drew McIntyre's interference as a roadmap of what will happen between the Royal Rumble and Mania. While there's been a lot of smoke and mirrors concerning WrestleMania's main event over the WWE Undisputed Championship, McIntyre's run-in all but confirmed that he'll defend the belt against the American Nightmare and the Samoan Werewolf in a triple threat. The journey there, though, could be nearly as exciting as the main event itself. Number 3, the tag division keeps getting better. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley's title defense was another instance of how much WWE has revitalized its women's tag division, which is interesting when you consider how dismal the title scene is in the men's division, despite some fantastic teams on both SmackDown and Raw. The tag team titles finally mean something, and the number of high-quality teams has led to arguably the best tag team wrestling fans have seen, both from the men and women in years. Number 4. A classic revisited. That'd be easy to call AJ Styles vs Shinsuke Nakamura an instant classic, but the match was just more than another 5-star bout between two wrestlers whose careers are deeply intertwined. Tonight's match paid homage to AJ and Shinsuke's epic encounter at 2016's Wrestle Kingdom 10, with Styles wearing a mask tonight, not exactly the same one he wore at New Japan Pro Wrestling's landmark event, but giving that same feel, as AJ only wears masks in Japan. Fans also noticed that AJ also gave Nakamura the same gunshot gesture he gave Shinsuke in 2016. And not only that, but they ended the match with a fist bump. But this time it was different. Shinsuke was on the win in 2016 and AJ was on the win tonight. But as for the match itself, it was a demonstration of what happens when you put two legends like Styles and Nakamura in the ring. The fans were treated to a mix of fast-paced action and brutal submissions, and if AJ does wrestle his final match against Gunther, this match will be something AJ and Shinsuke fans can always look back to with fondness. Thank God we can also get that bad taste of WrestleMania 34's rematch out. This one definitely made up for it. Number 5. Using Saturday night's main event right. Now, things are looking good with Saturday night's main event after what we saw tonight. WWE used the show with the unusual skill, giving the fans exciting matches that were also given the proper time to flow. Tonight's show also avoided the usual fluff fans are subjected to with Saturday night's main event and PLEs. There were ad breaks, but that was usual, because this isn't a PLE. But best of all though was how WWE used the matches to build storylines. For instance, Cody Rhodes vs Jacob Fatu was just as much about their feud as it was about building things up to WrestleMania, while tonight's Fatal 4-Way kept things bubbling for the Trick Williams vs Randy Orton feud. Even the women's tag team match was useful as it furthered the current war between Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez, while also showcasing another outstanding women's tag match. But that was a good what about the bad as number 1 WWE rewrites history. WWE just can't leave good enough alone. Tonight, fans saw a phenomenal match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, with some really fun throwback moments that had to make longtime fans very happy. But sadly, WWE spoiled things by doing some revisionist history. Here, Michael Cole told the fans, 4th January 2016, his last appearance in New Japan in a match against Shinsuke Nakamura for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. AJ Styles going old school tonight. However, that wasn't actually Styles' last match in Japan, as many fans took to social media to point out Styles' last match in New Japan was New Year's Dash. Was WWE rewriting history to fit the narrative, or did he just get bad information? Given Cole's attention to detail, it's hard to believe that he made such a glaring mistake. There was absolutely nothing downright ugly at Saturday night's main event as it started the year off right. WWE is clearly upping its game as it heads into the biggest show of the year, and fans have a lot to look forward to judging by what they've seen so far. What do you guys think of Saturday night's main event? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at the real reason why Sami Zayn became number 1 contender. Sami Zayn's triumph tonight was good on many levels, as it gave Sami a chance to win a major match in front of his hometown fans in Montreal, and it sends him to his home away from home in Saudi Arabia, where he'll challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship. However, why did Sami get this extraordinary opportunity, and what does it actually mean? As number 1, WWE wanted to reward Sami. Sami Zayn has been a loyal WWE superstar for years, and tonight's win, and more importantly his chance at another world title, is a reward for him doing whatever is asked of him, whether it's putting over opponents, holding titles for as long as WWE sees fit, or working whatever program is handed to him. Number 2, tapping into Sami's popularity. Zayn's bond with the fans is special, particularly his relationship with fans in Montreal and Saudi Arabia. Consequently, it's no shocker that WWE gave Sami a win tonight, along with a chance to finally win the big one in front of fans in Saudi Arabia. Number 3, an unlikely win. Sami's win and title shot may have even been a special request by Saudi Arabia officials who like every WWE event to be kept extra special. Bear in mind that this is Saudi Arabia's first, official Royal Rumble, and the government may have asked that Sami not only get the title shot, but win the title. While this seems heavily unlikely, it can't be ruled out, and WWE could have Drew regain the title shortly thereafter to preserve whatever plans it has for WrestleMania, while also giving Sami's fans the long-awaited world title win they've hoped for. Number 4, a change in direction. Now, of course, fans can't rule out a true win, as Sami can have his dream shattered yet again. If so, WWE could use this latest loss to start a new direction for Sami Zayn, possibly even going with a heel turn. Now, this would be a dramatic move, and some fans doubt that WWE has the guts to do it. But if planned out properly, they could give Zayn a new direction that fans could come to enjoy. And WWE has to protect other contenders. Now, tonight's match was more than just giving Sami a major win, it was about protecting his opponents. While we don't know how long Drew McIntyre will be champion for, WWE clearly wants to protect Randy Orton, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams for future shots against Drew. And in Trick's case, while he may not be the first in line for a shot at Drew, WWE doesn't want him losing a high-profile match at the Royal Rumble. While we don't know if Sami will win, having him lose to Drew is better than any of the wrestlers mentioned. What do you guys think of Sami Zayn being the #1 contender for the WWE Undisputed Championship? Next up, a big botch. Now, whilst the women's tag team match was mostly flawless, there was a big botch that occurred during the match. And honestly, it wasn't the referee's fault at all. The blame came down to Rhea Ripley. When Roxanne Perez hit the Pop Rocks on Io Sky, Rhea Ripley was way too late for the breakup, leading to the referee stalling, and Io Sky having to kick out when it was way past 3. Obviously, the timing was way off with Rhea Ripley, and this has happened a number of times in the past. Maybe the Judgment Day could bring this up for a rematch. Next up, WWE 2K26 Monday Night Wars. And news is beginning to trickle in for WWE 2K26. As we noted in the news earlier today, 2K Games released the cover for its special Attitude Era edition, and the latest news is that the game will be released before 31st March. But now we have a new edition, which is the Monday Night War edition, which looks incredible on the box cover. Are we finally going to relive the wars in true video game form? NWO vs DX? Undertaker vs Sting? The possibilities are just endless. And finally, bad weather caused WWE some problems. Now, it turns out that one of the members of the production team was missing tonight, and that was Joe Tessitore. Joe Tessitore usually kicks off Saturday night's main event, but he was nowhere to be found. But it turns out that poor Joe is dealing with a problem that many people in the US are facing: the historic winter storm Fern, which has shut down airports across the country, stranding many travelers. Sadly for Joe, he wasn't able to catch a flight from Detroit, which meant that Stephanie had to fill in all by herself. Luckily, that was the only major problem. But there you have it, folks, our look at Saturday night's main event, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.